Here it comes. I hear something outside, and I can't tell if it's a squeaky toy or a really small dog. Because it has the... It doesn't sound like a dog, but it has, like, the consistency of the... it sounds like a bark. Like a double bark. But it's too... It's freaking me out, dude. What is it? Small dog. Very small. Most likely very small. Alright, here I am with Pokemon again after 80,000... That wasn't that long ago, actually. I did all my grinding because I'm good. I'm good. And I did all my grinding in Spinglebab too. Look at this. 44 hours. 44 hours. Look at my Pokemon. They're level 58. You want to see something even more amazing? Look at my money. Look at my money. This is how busy I've been. If you want to compare how much money I had in the last part, be my guest. But know that I have a lot of money now. I can't really do anything with it. And not like I really wanted to grind money anyway. I just didn't have any other way to get EXP. So here's a question, chat. What should I do? Should I continue on Citadark, or should I do a round of Mount Battle? I don't remember where I left off on Mount Battle. But I'm level 58 now. And Citadark is weird because the way Citadark works... The way Citadark Isle works is like this first room. Whatever keeps me further from the plot. So it's, yeah, Mount Battle, Mount Battle. Citadark Isle works weirdly because the first room has you fight Lavrina, and then you don't fight another admin until like the very fucking top, and then it's just a bunch of bosses, which is like okay. So it's just there's no sense of pacing there. It's just at the beginning and then everything at the end. Citadark did spike because everything was like mid 50s, and then Lavrina was at like 60 and 58 and whatnot. Okay, so let's do Mount Battle then. Here we go. Anyone remember what? No. 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 Thank you for making a challenge. Yeah. Would you like ongoing? What area was I in, chat? 7? I see you wish to start from area 7. I'm pretty sure I'm in the first area outside the volcano. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah, this looks right. 61. This looks right. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, give me some pokies. Let Area 7 begin with a flourish. Oh no. Flourish. Time for some battles where we don't do anything but battle. Rock types. I understand. And I will win. I will win this fight. You know what was annoying? It was trying to level up, Oh yeah, right. Swampert learned Liquidation, which is 5 power points higher. It's 5 base power higher than Waterfall, so I went with that. Mischievous was kind of a pain in the ass to level up because Hex doesn't do that much damage unless they're under a status ailment, and setting up the status ailment is usually more trouble than it's worth. Speaking of fighting game stages, that's a good thing to talk about. Chat, what's your favorite fighting game stage? I don't really know much about stages in FGC, unfortunately, so I don't really have one. But I do think it's neat that in Street Fighter V, there's a stage where I think it's a beach. I think it's a beach that you fight on, and you're like a little bit in the water, so the ground where your feet are slightly obscured. And that stage is banned in competitive play because Birdie has a move where he rolls a can on the ground, and on that stage in particular, you cannot see the can. I don't know if that was ever changed at any point. If it was, let me know. Because as far as I know, like, that was a real deal. That was a real thing. And you may think that's really silly, but any form of unfair advantage that a stage would grant in a fighting game like that is probably needs to be taken care of. I don't know anything about I don't know anything about Toho stages, which is really unfortunate. Some of them are pretty, but I really wasn't into the games when they were big, and I only really have secondhand knowledge of how they worked mechanically and, like, most of it. Like a stage where you fight Yukari and Suiken 7.5. Okay, those are good. Those are good, yeah. Yukari's is cool because it's a border between the day and night, and then Suika's is in that strange pandemonium area. I don't even know what that is. Vega's stage? I know Vega's stage with the big chain wall. I have a question about that, actually. Can Vega, like, do that? Because when you fight Vega in the story, he can jump on the wall and climb it and attack you. Is that something that he can only do in single player? Or can he just do that on that stage regardless? Or can he just do that on every stage? Like, what is the restriction to that mechanic? Yes, Vega can use the cage. Really? Was it banned in competitive play? Like Akuma? 12.3 is Hisoun Tensoku Red. 12.5 is Fairy Wars? No, it's not. 12.5 is double spoiler. Fairy Wars is 12.8. There were 3 games that are set between Toho 12 and 13. It's fucking shuckle. Ugh. Really says something that 12.3 is an active player base still. It really does. That's why I really want a new fighting game with similar mechanics improved on and updated graphically. I think because we know they can do it. Hisoun Tensoku has showed that they can do traditional fight as well. And keep it in with aspects of Toho. I wish I knew more about the tier lists and stuff though, because I don't know much about that game. The only thing I know about the old fighters is that Yuyuko is like the best character in the game, and I don't really know why that is. What's the best play here? Surprising. I think Ice Punch might actually be the best play here, just because it's super effective. If anyone knows anything about 12.3, please let me know. The only thing I really know about 12.3 is, as I said, Yuyuko's top tier. I think Remilia was top tier, and Suiko was very, very, very weird. Suiko busted as hell, but nearly impossible to use. I don't know about busted, but I know that she was very strange. Suiko's crouch was basically put her, like, high. She was weird, but she was adorable. I also learned that Chirno uses a sword in that game. One of her special moves is called Icicle Sword, where she just makes a sword out of ice and attacks you with it. And that's pretty cool. Yeah, just Gleam and Liquidation. I know Sanai is bad in 12.3. To be honest with you, when my first interaction with Sanai was fan art, and I was like, oh, this character looks cool. I like this character. And then the first time I saw her in game was Toho 10. I was like, that's a bit oof. I wasn't huge on her design. After that, I don't remember what she looks like in UFO at all. What did he say? Keep going through. Oh, okay. I don't remember what she looks like in UFO, and then 12.3, I think her sprite is hideous. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that offends you, but I think Sanai's sprite in 12.3 is just not good. I do not like it. I think it's icky. I don't think it, oh, it's Layla. I don't think it really, like, depicts her well. Why don't you play 12.3 with mine on stream? Not a bad idea, if I knew how to play. I don't know how to set up net play stuff with that. Especially since the ping would be fucking terrible. Like, absolutely atrocious. Let's do this. Soft flat, don't worry. Well, that just makes you want to learn it more to kick her ass harder. As far as 2018 tier list, I just found Yuko gets highest SS, followed by S tier with Iku, Raisin, Remy, and Aya. Yo, Raisin top tier? And Iku? But why? I need explanations. I need to know why characters are good or bad. If you tell me a character's good and don't tell me why, I won't know. And I don't want to be the guy who's like, yeah, that character's great, and then not be able to answer why. But like, I'm genuinely curious, but I feel like this is something that can only really be answered by people who play the game or follow whatever's left of the competitive scene. Like, when it comes to Smash Brothers, I can tell you why characters are good and why characters are underwhelming, because I see them, I play them, and whatnot. But for a game like that, I don't know anything about it. Oh, hi, Mono. You didn't know you were there. We weren't saying anything bad. Don't you worry. There was nothing being said here. I was here all night. No, you didn't hear anything. This is going good. This takes care of the last weather abusing type as well. Thankfully, I can just kind of clock it out. Shupa. Waterfall, stomping tantrum, yeah. They just add a confusing table with numbers and no text explanations. Man, that's annoying. I just really want to know why a character is good or not. What is it about Yuko that makes her good? I wonder if there's a, is there a tier list for the most recent game, 15.5? Frame data, I guess. Well, it's usually more than just good frame data, right? Good frame data obviously makes a huge difference, but like, just because your character has really fast buttons doesn't necessarily mean they're good characters. Case in point, Incineroar. Incineroar, well, I guess Smash is a little bit of a, not a great example for this, but it's the only example I can pull off. Incineroar himself is a character with incredibly bad mobility and speed, but his actual like frame data is quite good. His moves are fast, strong, and like don't have much end lag, but he just has trouble using them because he has no option to get in to use them. Sheik is a pretty good example. I don't agree with that. Sheik is a character, well, I don't know, it's weird, because the thing about Sheik is in Smash 4, she does the same thing in Ultimate that she does in Smash 4, but the difference is everyone's damage except hers got increased, and she lost her kill confirms, which is like, why? I mean, I'm not complaining, but you get what I'm trying to say here. Sheik is a character who didn't really change what she did in Ultimate from Smash 4. She still has confirms, but her damage output is lacking, and the characters kill a lot easier now as well. An hour long. Well, the thing is, yeah, some Sheik combos don't get you much reward, but Sheik is a character in nature with amazing frame data that if you play well, you can abuse it really, really good. There was nothing more obnoxious than watching a Sheik jump in front of your face and press fair, knowing that if that fair connected, it would lead to more fairs and take you across the entire stage until you're off stage and you're dealing with Sheik on the ledge. And then you're playing the fucking game. You don't know what it's like to be Donkey Kong on the ledge against Sheik. You know what Sheik does to Donkey Kong on the ledge? I'll tell you what. It's probably easier if I tell you what Sheik doesn't let Donkey Kong do on the ledge. And that's get off of it. I'm a little bit different. I'm not good at fighters. For the most part, I understand them, but I lack the practical application. So I don't really try to talk like I know what I'm talking about. Like, I understand how the basics work, and I know enough about the games that I can appreciate what I'm seeing. But like, I don't know why things are good and why they aren't because I don't play the games myself. So I try not to be opinionated on things I'm not completely up to date on. But as I said, I know enough to enjoy it from a spectator's standpoint. And I can also tell when a move is fucking broken. I love fighters, but I can't do well in competitive online. I'll drink to that, bro. I will 1000% drink to that one. That's how it be. They're games that require a big investment to get good at, and it's hard. It's really hard because you can spend hours in the training room, fight someone, and lose, and it's just like, it feels like you didn't get anything done. It is very satisfying when you start getting results, but it's really hard to buckle down with that level of commitment. I'm only good at Smash because I just played it so much as a kid that I just got used to everything and how it worked. Even then, I'm not like the greatest player on the planet. I'm good enough to enjoy the game. That's how I see it. I'm good enough at Smash Brothers that I can enjoy the game. I like watching it, and I like playing it. What do I want to do here? I don't Ice Punch Aggron because I hate it. I don't play online. I don't really like online. I'm not used to it, and it just feels awkward, and I never am satisfied with the result, whether I win or lose. I got a lot of respect for people who grind. Like, they play, and they can only play on Wi-Fi. So they just do it. They suck it up, they do it, and they get good on Wi-Fi. Because you can tell that people who play exclusively Wi-Fi, due to their location being not very great for offline tournaments, probably have a lot of patience. Because they're just so used to dealing with shit like that. Competitive is awesome, yeah. I really like competitive fighting games. Killer Instinct is a game I do not understand for the life of me, but it's very flashy, so it gets its point across. Like, all I know about Killer Instinct is they hit big combos, and then they eventually, one of them hits a combo breaker, but then sometimes they get counter breakered, so they can no longer break out of the combo, and I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Like, I have no idea what's going on, but it looks cool. There's a giant robot. There's a robot with a heat vision and claws, and he's super cool. Just never really played fighters, just, as I said, just Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers was the game that I played a lot of. Never played any of the older ones at all. Never really owned Street Fighter 2 or anything. I played a bit. You know what it was, chat? You know what it was? I sucked at inputs. And my only, like, I didn't like the PS3 controllers or Xbox controllers for inputs because they don't have grooves on the control stick. And I was not dishing out money for an arcade stick or using pad, because pad is kind of weird. But yeah, the fact that the GameCube controllers have grooves, so I can tell how my input's going, and then no other controller does. It's weird because I'm so used to it from so much Smash Brothers. Soul Calibur, okay, Soul Calibur 2. I probably played that game more than I should have. That game was so good, and the worst part about it is that I was too young to care about any of the story, so I just didn't bother with any of it. There is so much story packed into Soul Calibur, and I just did not pay attention to it. I liked playing Cervantes. Fairy types, I see. I liked playing Cervantes and Voldo. Cervantes was really cool, and Voldo was really weird, and those are the character archetypes I like the most in video games. My favorite was when Voldo did the Super Freak, and then you could press the Z button, and he did the air hump, and I was like, hee hee. Wigglytuff is going to kill me, so I'm going to kill Wigglytuff. Siegfried with a big-ass sword. I actually don't like Nightmare. I don't like Nightmare's moveset. Mostly because I played Soul Calibur 4 or 5, I think it was 5, when Siegfried and Nightmare became their own characters, and Siegfried just retained Nightmare's old moveset. I came to really hate it. Same with Astaroth. Astaroth was my favorite character right out the gate, just because I thought, when I first saw him, I was like, that dude's heart is just fucking beating outside of his, like, outside, I can see it. And I thought that was metal. And he also swore. And I was as a kid, I was a very impressionable young kid. I was like, that's the coolest guy in the entire game. That dude's got a beating heart, you can see, and he's just going about his business. And he swears too. Keelik. My favorite part about Keelik was Keelik had a get-up attack that takes like 3 seconds to actually come out. But if at any point you just sidestep, you dodge it. Like, he does a big dramatic get-up, grabs his staff, is it a staff? I think it's a staff. Yeah, it's a staff, right? He grabs the staff, like, puts it below him, spins himself up all the way to the top of it, does like a half flip, and then grabs the staff from the bottom, brings it up over his head, and then drops it down. But, like, that entire attack sequence, as cool as it is fucking terrible. Maxi spammer BS. Maxi confuses me, because every Maxi combo I ever did was just hit them with the nunchuck, and then it ended with me like rolling into them. I couldn't figure out why. If you want to talk about spam, let's talk about... Actually, chat, tell me, did you have the PS2 version or the GameCube version? Or the there's another version, right? There was an Xbox version. There were 3 versions. One of them had Spawn, one of them had Heihachi, and one of them had Link and Necrid. Nice Fang, a nice bunch of work. Like, Link's inclusion had lore to it. I can't believe Link was in that game. That is so fucking cool. Necrid was weird, because Necrid was just a mismatch of different abilities from fighters. But like he was GameCube exclusive too. He was just very strange. I could never use Link, but yeah, why I asked that is because it's a different button depending on your controller. But my favorite move in the game for a long time was Raphael's Y button, where he did the triple thrust forward. Alright, so it's fairy types that are... Fairy types the new. So I'm gonna switch these guys out. Sophitia and Sean Qua are pretty much the only 2 characters I could play, and even then I never got good at them. Now, I'm gonna reveal some information, chat, alright? This is some informations. Alright, listen closely. One of Sophitia's grabs was she sits on your face and then drops your body and crushes you with all of that. And I was just like, what the fuck? Why'd she do? I switched to Mawile, but Mawile doesn't have any steel moves. I'm not kidding, chat. Look it up. Look it up. I liked her sister more. I like Cassandra. Christian liked Talum for some reason. I don't know why. I hated her. She was annoying. She kept talking about the wind. Like, who cares about the wind? How you gonna kick ass with tonfas? I like the Link story where he breaks your arm and eats you. Oh yeah, that one's great. Wait, I'm fighting myself. I guess Brick Break works. There are a few characters I didn't care too much about. Mitsurugi was interesting, but I don't know much about him. Chat, who is the guy who well, I forget his name. He had like orange hair and he said, "Quit now if you want to live." I can't remember that character. I also didn't care about Sean Qua. I thought she was annoying. Young Sung? Oh god, what was his name? Weapon? I think he uses one of those pirate swords, or like, not a pirate sword, but like a sword that you see in Aladdin. I forget what they're called. It's like starts with an S. It's like a Schmidt Yoon Sung. A saber? A scimitar. That's what it is. That, yeah. Scimitar or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that. It looks, I think it's that. Chat, don't tell me I have to play Soul Calibur 2 now. Don't tell me I have to play that game. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I haven't played that game in a long ass time. Do it. Do it. Remember the character Charade? who was basically just random every match. That was a cool character. Oh, you know what I really liked? I really liked the joke weapons. I think my favorite that I can remember is Nightmare's joke weapon was an oar, and when it hits someone, it makes the sound of like the ocean. It's like whoosh. That was great. There was also the girl who fights with the flag. What's her name? Song Mina, I think. I think she was a lock character. There's Taki the ninja. I remember her. I feel like there were more characters. I really do, but I'm just drawing a complete blank on who they are. Oh, okay, here, chat, alright. Here's my hot take, alright? Here's my hot take. Versus Assassin. Yeah, Assassin was just a Young Sung. Berserker was Astroth, and Lizardman was... I don't actually know who Lizardman was. Yoshimitsu is my favorite. He is so silly. But here's my hot take, chat. Here's my hot take. Ivy? I did not think Ivy was that hot when I was a kid. And I still don't really think that today. I don't really think she's that attractive. Yoshimitsu's awesome because he has a move where he pogo sticks on his sword, and another one where he stabs himself through the chest and then spins. And it does damage to him, but it hurts a lot. I don't even know the story of Soul Calibur. I don't know who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. I have an idea of who's who, but... Oh, they must have changed Altaria's typing to be Dragon Fairy, just like the Mega. That makes sense, because they changed Sceptile as well. Cassandra. Yeah, Cassandra's my favorite. Cassandra's my favorite lady. Although I did like her sister. Ivy just wasn't the kind of thing I was into. No, you don't know a suicide move until you do the pounce with Voldo and you just leap off the stage. That is the funniest shit you'll ever see. Voldo was a lot of fun because he was goofy as all hell. You could just do whatever you want. Alright, chat, here we are, Battle 69. I know you've all waited for it. I put some weight, so it's running to get some exercise. Nightmare is probably the good guy. I based that on nothing at all. Alright, listen here, shithead. Siegfried is a good guy. He got corrupted by Soul Calibur, or Soul Edge, or whatever the one it was. I think it's Soul Edge as the big one with the eyeball on it. There's a lot of lore to that game. As I said, I just wasn't paying attention to it. Soul Calibur was created using a fragment of Soul Edge. Was it? Okay, the thing is, as I said, I didn't read any of the story at all. Like Weapon Master mode, we didn't have Lizardman unlocked for such a long time because we never bothered to read the story, and we found out way later that what's supposed to happen is there's an area you go to, and once you achieve a certain rank in Weapons Master mode, when you do the mission there, you'll unlock access to a new area, which grants you the ability to unlock Lizardman. And I was like, the fuck? Because I could just never figure out how to get the bastard. The Sword is Soul Edge, the game is Soul Calibur. The stupid CEO of Edge Games sued for the use of the word Edge as the game was named Soul Edge. The game first name was Soul Edge. How do you sue for the word Edge? Now that That's edgy. Kratos was in Soul Calibur for the PSP. You know who was in Soul Calibur 4?
Yes. Short I am. Impossible to hit. I be.
Yoda was gotta be the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. They gave you 3 characters. If you had the PS3 version, you had Vader. Vader was bad. And if you had the Xbox version, you got Yoda. And Yoda was really good. You wanna know why Yoda was good? Because Yoda was very short. You know what being short in a fighting game means? It means nothing, because usually they make it so your hurt box is still equal to all characters' heights. But what they did for Yoda was they just didn't do that. So what that means is pretty much every high in the game did not hit Yoda. They just didn't hit him. It just didn't hit him. Wait, GT Goku does that in DBZ Fighters? You gotta be kidding me. Gotta crush him with rocks. No, but he'll enjoy that. Soul Calibur 6 got 2B and Gerald. Soul Calibur 5 got Ezio. Soul Calibur 5 and 6 also got custom characters, which are some of the best, some of the greatest things ever. And then immediately it was ruined because somebody made giant wieners. GT Goku is quite the spastic little gremlin. I don't know what word it blocked there, but you should be good. Spastic? Really? Whatever. Whatever you say, John Twitch. I've never actually watched competitive DBZ since like the second... Since it was at EVO 2-3 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. 4, 5, and 6 are custom characters. Pretty sure 5's customs were better. I'm pretty sure 4 wasn't very well received. And I don't know anything about Soul Calibur 3. As far as I know, that game doesn't actually exist, and we went from Soul Calibur 2 to Soul Calibur 4. Because I just never ever got to see anything in Soul Calibur 3 at all. It was a game. I don't like the way you said that, because that implies you know something that I don't, and it's not good. I think Soul Calibur 4 would have been better if I played more of it, but I just didn't. Soul Calibur 5 I don't know much about either. I just liked the character creation thing. And I didn't care for the new main characters, because it was just like, I don't know, guy and girl, like they always do, devoid of any personality. And it was basically a bunch of characters. There were a bunch of characters who were new, but they just had the same movesets as older characters anyway. So it's like, why bother? But then Keelik was back, and Keelik became Charade, and I was very confused as to why that was. Why did Keelik become the Charade of the game? Did I miss important lore somewhere? Soul Calibur 5 came out and was good, but then I think, what was it? What was the issue with Soul Calibur 5, chat? Wasn't it the fact that if you got hit while you were walking, you got crush countered or something? Like you got fatal countered if you were hit while you were walking. So the meta was just never to move. It's just got a new MC, Edgy Boy, with teleportation and a splitting sword and a shiny red eye. Ah, yes. The classic. I definitely remember one of the later games having a major issue with movement being punished, and I'm pretty sure it was Soul Calibur 5. Soul Calibur 5 also introduced super moves too, yeah? Those were fun. This fight went by really fast. Fairies and rock types, good. We want to include Bayonetta for Soul Calibur 5, but her hair attacks were too elaborate to include. Man, am I glad they didn't. The last thing I needed in my Soul Calibur was Bayonetta. I didn't play 5. Yeah, I didn't either. I just thought the character creation was very good. The amount of effort that went into some of those was pretty sick. Although the thing is, when you have really high quality character creators, then there's a lot of shit to digest in there, and I am not patient enough. I have a lot of patience for a lot of things, but character creation is not one of them. I just don't bother. That was quite the impressive battle. Here's your coupons. Alright, I'm gonna do another one. Let's keep pressing on. A lot of memes with the creator. Well, the thing is, the creator decided that you could put objects on the characters, and then that was banned in like a week. Because people were just taking large objects and putting it on characters' pelvises, and, well... I guess what I'm trying to say is the game really became about sword fighting for about a week, and then Soul Calibur changed that. Here we go. I honestly don't know why they didn't see that completely backfiring. These are flying types. What's my answer to flying types? I have Ice Punch. Clefable would be good, I think. Bullet Punch will definitely kill Aerodactyl. 55 is not a bad range. It's always funny when they release a feature and it has to be edited within like the first week of the game's release because somebody found a way to either exploit it or break it or make dicks out of it. It's like the golden rule of video games. Chad, do you have any examples? Because I don't have any examples, except for Soul Calibur. Which makes me wonder how many games did something like that. Spore? Tell me about Spore. I actually don't know anything about Spore at all. Well, I guess I should say the only thing I know about Spore is that it's 100% accurate, and it's most annoying sleep move in the game. I'm kidding. What I know about Spore is that it's highly praised for the beginning of the game, and then once you stop developing your creature... no one talks about the game, and I've never seen it after that point. So it's like, oh, okay, what happened? Ultimate custom stages? Probably. That's probably one. Examples of games that released with mechanics, or mechanics that were released into games that were immediately, like, fixed due to either exploits or maturity being on the rise. That's the nicest way I think I could say that. Can't make dicks, why have customization? Well, because the dick is stored in the pant. You can't have it outside the pant. That's illegal. That's a flying type. Oh boy. Cardfight Vanguard MOBA to completely change the reward system because I somehow didn't expect to get a free pack for every 100k points. Lead to people just farming infinite packs. Well. Break, exploit, dicks. The 3 pillars of modern gaming. It's true, though. It is 100% true. I will not accept... I will not accept any other answer. I'm fucking dead. I'm alive? Wow. Sport didn't even get changed. That didn't kill? What? I should have gleamed. He's gonna solar beam again. Oh, EQ? Oh, I'm dead. What happens in Spore after you develop your creature and like you go to space? Like seriously, I do not know. I've never seen anyone play the game past that point. People just use auto-clickers and it turn ranked and auto-clickers playing rock, soccer, robots. Oh, God. That actually, I have a story about that. So, the one mobile game that I play, like Azure Lane. Azure Lane is one of their main Twitter account will actually, they'll post. Azure Lane will post the wall of shame. Where they pretty much just show an image of people who were banned on servers and who they are. Because for some reason people feel the need to cheat in a game like that. It's like, why are you even playing the game when you're cheating the entirety of the gameplay? You're not even playing the game at that point. Quality customization system is rated on how good can you make the dick look. Well, yes. But then they have to remove that. It's all about testing. That reminds me, there was a mobile game a friend of mine played before it shut down. It was a Fates, not Fates. It was, what's it called? Tales. It was Tales. It was a Tales of series game, and it was a mobile game. So what ended up happening was, he told me this story. There was a character that was, so the way it works is you get copies of characters, and you use them to uncap, right? That's pretty standard. But they released an event character at one point in time that was so ridiculously good that you were better off farming multiple copies of them without actually uncapping them. And then the entire game's meta became whether or not you had the event character, or if you didn't. And the thing is, they couldn't just change the character, and they couldn't just rerun the event. Because if they reran the event, then that would just fucking break it even more. But they also just had all these people who benefited from it. And he just controlled the meta. Imagine the entire meta of your game being controlled by a limited event unit. That's why event units tend to suck. And all the good ones require money to pull. Tales of Link, that's the one, yes. Go to space and try to colonize other planets and kill or befriend other sentient species. That doesn't sound bad on paper. Where did it go wrong? Ice Punch and Gleam. Not work. SFGO has no PvP or anything, like, so that shit can't happen. Well, it can still happen. It's boring. Makes sense. There's another mobile game that's coming out in English soon, if it's not already out. It's called Sino Alice. It's directed by Yoko Taro, you know, the guy behind Nier. And he said in an interview the reason he went with the theme is because he wouldn't have to pay for the use of IPs from fairy tales because copyright laws are over on them. Which I admire the honesty. I do. But holy shit, chat, mobile games are some kind of toxicity. We don't want to admit it because I'm sure a lot of us have some sunken cost fallacy with that kind of thing. Myself included for sure. But Jesus Christ, the amount of money that I could have saved by not playing those games is a larger number than I want to admit to anyone. Fun FE Heroes event units like Grand Hero Battle, something tended to be generic flyers or horse units or plain red mages. Yep, and then the gacha ones that are seasonal are ridiculously good until they're power creep because they're no longer in season. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. They're playing Azur Lane and FGO. I still prefer Azur Lane. I like Azur Lane because I don't have to do anything in it. I don't have to spend money. You can just... You don't have to do. You don't have to do! That's the best part about it. I'm gonna Gleam again. Go ahead, Sword Stance. See if I care. Yeah, save your money. Save your money. I will say though, if one of those Toho games ever got like English released, I would probably end up playing it. Because I am so curious as to what's going on in those games. I really am. The art's nice. The art looks nice. Right, the gameplay's not that amazing, but like I follow a bunch of artists on Twitter and they're like they post the screenshots of the characters they pull and it's like I want to pull a 6-star Flandre, what the fuck? But deep down I know that that will give me nothing. I will not benefit as a person for doing that. There's 2 Gachas. Yes, there's 2 of them actually. One of them's called Last Word and the other one's called Toho Cannonball. I don't know why those exist or how they exist or why Zun endorses them or allows them. Because they seem to break a pretty big rule in mass commercial marketing. Because I'm pretty sure they probably have microtransactions. If they don't have any microtransactions at all, then okay. But I doubt that. Nobody makes a fucking mobile game without microtransactions. That's why they make them. Mobile games are easy to make, and you just put in-game microtransactions, and then everybody will buy them. The thing is, you don't even need. It's not even like an even distribution. You don't have 100 people spending $5. You have 5 people spending $5,000 because they have nothing else to spend their money on. Now, I'm not one to say that. I'm not one to criticize people for spending their money how they like, but Jeez. Whenever I pass by a video on YouTube, it's like, I used this many resources to pull 10 copies of this character in Fire Emblem Heroes. And I'm just like, why? Why'd you do it, man? Why did you do it? Zun needs to pay bills? Zun doesn't own the game. That's crazy you don't think Zun is loaded. That man has a lot of money. At least I think he does. Remember, he has books. He has books and games. He doesn't sell them at full retail price, of course, but they're popular enough that he definitely sells a lot. I would think they recoup their losses with the views they get in the video with such a title. I don't know. There are a lot of different types of YouTubers, but gacha YouTubers are the ones that confuse me. Especially if they have something like a Patreon or like a donation page or something. It's like if their main source of entertainment that they provide is pulling on gacha, then they're using money. Nobody can obtain that many resources in one game. And where's the money coming from? Well, I guess you're either paying for it or they're paying for it themselves, and then they make the money back, and it's a weird cycle. It's confusing. I don't understand how it works. I really, really don't understand how it works. But it's clearly effective to an extent because people are doing it. And CDs. Oh, I forgot about the CDs. Pretty sure he sells his CDs for like 500 yen though. Like $5. $5 a CD. I just... like I've seen a tweet that was like, I just spent $1,000 to pull character in game. I was just like, okay. Good night. Again, spend your money how you want, but like, why bother announcing it? I don't understand why you bother announcing it. Guys, check how much money I just spent trying to pull a JPEG, and then they try to be self-aware about it. It's like, yes, you did. You did spend that much money to pay a JPEG, and you told the world about it. Now the world is going to scorn you. Most people would be embarrassed by that amount of that purchase. I would be. I wouldn't tell anyone that. Then again, at the same time, I feel like if I told people, I would be berated enough to never do it again. But I also feel like I would be so disappointed in myself that I would never do it again anyway. This isn't good. I'm going to beat up Skarmory because I hate him. I don't know, I'm just... I'm not a fan when they... I'm not really just a fan of when they pull. I'm also not huge on first impression videos when it comes to units, because they always end up the same way. Here's how a first impressions video goes, chat. They show off the character. If the character's really good or has something that looks really good, they're broken. They're going to be really good. And if the character has something that's underwhelming or not that great, they're probably still going to be good, maybe. It's not impossible, right? Like, I just don't... It's like every time a DLC character comes out in Smash Brothers, people will use trailer footage, or fucking Sakurai himself mashing F Smash, and be like, this character looks high tier. It's like, what are you basing that off of? You're basing this off of trailer footage. Trailer footage, or Sakurai just pressing one button, and the character looks high tier to you. That's why I don't trust first impressions. Because first First impressions without actually playing the character or using the unit or anything are meaningless to me. Because you can never really accurately depict how things are going to be until you actually get your hands on it yourself. Obviously, there can be some serious red flags for that kind of thing. Or it's like, this unit has a skill that just makes the battle 3 to 4. Yeah, that seems like it's pretty broken. Balancing in gacha games is also just hell. Absolute hell. Because if you make a unit that's good, what are you gonna do? They're good. You gonna nerf them? You can't nerf them. You can't nerf a unit that people paid for. They would outrage. How dare you? I spent thousands of dollars to get this unit. They better be good. So characters don't get nerfed. Instead, they just power creep them with new units. And that's one of the biggest issues, is the constant fucking power creep. Because you can't make a you can't bring a character back down to the other's levels. You have to keep one-upping them with new characters. And then those new characters are fucking broken, so you have to one-up those ones. And it just, the cycle keeps going and going. It's good that you broke the cycle. Because yeah, that's what they do though. Gacha games get you like that. And some people don't have as much self-restraint as others. Some people can really put themselves in some financial trouble for these games. And it's kind of a scary thing to think about. We joke about it and call it a meme, but some people will legitimately spend way too much money on these things. More than they can afford. And it just never really gets talked about. Gacha games in general feel pretty predatory in that sense, but what do I know? I'm just some guy. Just some guy on the internet playing a fucking video game. Good as in that regard. They're certainly good characters on their own, but you need a full team to accessible high tier. PvP is also 100% computer controlled as well, so you don't even get to influence it. Some characters are good, but for the most part, Azure Lane is just a game that you can play to enjoy characters, and that's about it. I like it. First impressions when you would play something for a short amount of time. Yeah, that's what it used to be. Now it's about when a character gets revealed. And you're basing everything off what you can see. What do you think GameSpot does for a living? GameSpot will turn a 2-minute trailer into a 20-minute analysis video. It's just what they do. You don't like it? Who cares? Who cares if you don't like it? You don't matter. I will never watch those. They make gacha gambling in the UK. That's nice. There, that's nice. Game Explain, sorry, not GameSpot. Game Explain makes a lot of analysis videos on trailer footage, and I don't really like that. Mostly because I guess I just don't care what their opinions are, but this happens a lot when people upload videos that are way longer than the trailer, and they'll do an analysis video, which ends up that just them rambling into a microphone on what they think with a couple screenshots. It's good to be excited about things. Maybe I'm just a pessimist. I don't know. I think I'm just a pessimistic asshole. This gacha game, my specific favorite characters got done. Well, the thing about gacha games is if they have a recognizable IP, they don't have to be good, because people will just spend money for the IP. Games that actually have to build their own IP are usually a little bit better, because they need to keep your attention. They really need to keep your attention. Fire Emblem Heroes can do whatever the fuck they want, and if profits go down, hey, here's your Camilla. It's like a 2-hour analysis on the Paper Mario trailer. How? How do you analyze? How do you analyze steel types? Okay. How do you analyze trailer footage for that long and get anything that isn't redundant? If I can pay to get random stuff, it's gambling. It is gambling. It is 100% gambling.
but that's not the word.
What do I do here? It's steel types. This is gonna be a bit annoying. Because all my Pokemon are physical. Pretty much all my Pokemon are physical except Clefable, but Clefable is weak to steel types. A game is not automatically bad because it has a good IP. I'm just saying that a game itself, like Fire Emblem Heroes for example, can be less than a game because it has the cushy Fire Emblem IP. Something I really don't like is the fact that Pokemon is going in a mobile direction. I really hate that. Every single time they release something in one of those presentations, and they're like, available on mobile devices, free to start, and then they have that little disclaimer. It's like, transactions, paid transactions in-game. It's just like, man, you're Pokemon. What are you doing? Pokemon, you direct Pokemon at kids, and then you make predatory gacha games. God damn it. What are you doing, Game Freak? I don't think anyone's enjoying that. Ho, 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 ho. Now, we say that, and we want to believe that, but if that was true, they wouldn't be making them. Ishihara thought Switch was going to be a failure. Well. Except shareholders. Yeah, baby. Game Freak's not behind most of the mobile Pokemon games. Yeah, but they still have to give the okay to make them. It's not about them making the game itself, it's that I'm allowing the game to be made. I know that Cafe one came out. Anyone have any info on that one? Pokemon Company controls the IP. Tried it and got bored of it. That sounds about right. Pokemon Masters did the same thing. Pokemon Masters looked beautiful. The trailer was really good. And then I played it and I was like, where's the game? I was looking for it for a long time. Couldn't find it. There was some strange sense of obligation to keep playing the game though, and eventually I was just like, why am I doing this? Offensive Skarmory. Now this is a meta I was not prepared for. Pokemon Cafe is basically their version of Candy Crush. Oh. I see. Man, that info really took the wind out of my sails. Really did. I guess they couldn't call it Pokemon Crush. Alright. 77, 72, 51, 52, 2. The problem with the mobile games is that if the mobile games do better than the mainline games, the focus will shift. The focus will shift to mobile games. Do you want to watch your favorite IP become a mobile game platform? Chat, what was it that happened at Blizzard? Was that Diablo 4 for mobile only? Was that the one? You gotta be careful with these things. But when IPs really split. Game Freak, Pokemon Company, Nintendo all have holds on it, right? Diablo Immortal, and it's still not released. I thought it was Diablo 4. Okay, my bad. You're right. No, you got a good way to think about that. If we just spend every moment getting worried or annoyed or all that stuff about things that aren't happening, like where's the time to enjoy the things that we have? I could sit here and every day of my life and worry about when Pokemon goes full mobile, or I can just enjoy Pokemon and the older games and continue enjoying other things. Spending your entire life worried about things that may or may not happen sounds pretty bad. I think I'd rather just... That's why I like the present, chat. I like living in the present. The past happened, and the future stresses me out. So let's just live in the present. Sucker Punch. Oh, that looked weird. That also didn't do anything at all. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep enjoying the things I like. Keep enjoying the things I like. And not associate myself with the people who try to make the opposite. Because trust me, chat. Trust me. There's always someone. There's always someone that you will meet who will make you dislike. Not dislike, they will challenge. They will definitely challenge how much you like something. Just by their own opinions on the subject. They make it hard. That's why I warn you about fan bases, chat. That's why I warn you about fan bases. I stand as a paragon of stupidity. I exist. I am here. That's the best you're gonna get out of me. I like fan works. I do. I consume fan works. I like canon works. And I like talking to reasonable people about Toho. But there are some people who are way too opinionated. There are some people who have absolutely no concept of fun. And there are some people who have no self-restraint when it comes to their beliefs of canon. Those people aren't very fun to talk to. I don't even know what's happening anymore. It's just a bunch of steel types that I'm winning and then I'm losing, but I'm still winning. I'm gonna use these two. This ground will help at least. 78. The forbidden charm of Pokemon. Oh no. Oh no, why'd you say it? Metagross is pretty charming. Sorry, I meant to say Fortress is very charming. Chad, I guarantee using Twitter in any capacity will make you upset. So just do what I do. Look at art. Look at art from artists. There's nothing that really makes my day better than when I just hit refresh and then a cute rainbow pops up on my screen and I'm like, yeah, today's good now. That's all I need. Sometimes it really is the simple things that keep us going. Just some nice art of a character. And I can be like, you know what? That's good. It's a good day. Twitter and Facebook don't exist for you. Smart man. You are a very smart man. Facebook doesn't exist for me either, but I do have Twitter. I have to, I'm an influencer. If I don't use Twitter, how will anyone know who I am? Nah, but yeah, I just pretty much just use it for art. And then I post some things. Post stupid jokes I come up with every now and again, and I tweet out my stream. That's my Twitter. And that's all you're gonna get out of me, chat. You find that's the only good thing about Twitter nowadays. You are 100% correct. And it really is something so simple that we take for granted, I think. Something like that is just relaxing. It's very relaxing. No more Magnetons, man. I'm sick of Magnetons. I don't care about Fortress. I can do whatever it wants. Didn't even get to attack. For some reason, I kept thinking that Infestation lowered my special attack. That's a different move. That's Struggle Bug. Didn't Struggle Bug get a buff? Fortress can stay alive. It's not even doing any damage. Take him out. Yeah! They're pretty much equal in damage. Sword stance, that's more than fine, son. Because you're dead. How many Skarmories have I fought? Like 4? High defense Pokemon don't seem good in double battles. Well, no, I guess it depends. They're actually pretty good because Intimidate lowers the amount of attack you have, which makes physical walls even stronger. But it also makes special walls have a little bit of chance and bulk in their physical defense. The strongest, one of the best moves in the game for double battles, Earthquake, is physical too. So you can't just not use physical attackers. Rock Slide and Earthquake are both physical, and they're both very good spread moves. I hear dogs outside. Franker Z. Thank you, Flamestone, for the 8 months. Welcome to us talking about things. Because I'm here grinding against steel types in Mount Battle. And the world makes us sad sometimes. And I like to try to find things that make me happy. Because the world makes us sad sometimes. Struggle Bug was buffed from 30 attack to Gen 5 to 50. Struggle Bug was in... Wait, Struggle Bug was in Gen 5? Yes, it was, wasn't it? Isn't that the move Berg gives you? I'm gonna D-Dance, and I'm gonna Stomping Tantrum all while. There we go. There we go. I don't think you really can compare Discord and Twitter. They both serve different functions. Discord's just Skype. Better Skype. But you can't do the same things on Discord that you can on Twitter. All I can do is do what I do and hopefully make people have a better day. That's the name of the game anyway. That's what we're trying to do out here. Everything goes to shit. This is the worst year I've ever seen. I've been alive for 23 years, and I don't think we've ever had a year this bad. With this much shit going on all at once. Osana Reimu. That makes people very sad. That shit made me cry. God, what a feel bad. What a feel bad story that one was. So you start talking about Gacha. So what you're saying is like, gotcha. Yeah, don't play that. It's evil! Discord is getting less gamer focused and getting something better for everyone. I'll believe that when I don't open Discord and it gives me, like, gamer memes. There's very little I hate more than when the relatable memes. Like, whenever sometimes when I open my OBS stream, it's loading and it says sending thank you notes to my mods. I'm like, I don't fucking do that. Like, imagine me thanking my mods. Couldn't be me. No, I haven't seen Ibaraka-sen yet. Or no, Surika-sen. I was gonna, and then I just didn't, and I haven't got back to it since. It's only like an hour or so long, too, so I could watch it. I'm always distracted by different things. Played a total fan game on Steam and it broke you. Which one? Was it the one about the apple, or was it? It was one of those. It was one of those Yuri ones, wasn't it? I fucking know all about those. Trust me. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Pull our aroma in the shrine. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Alright, I'm gonna D-dance up, and I'm gonna stomping tantrum. Boom. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. The game was soul crushing in a good way. I don't know if you could say my soul being crushed is a good. I just don't know about that statement. I should use waterfall. I didn't realize it had 30. Could have had a rockhead. Rockhead and head smash. You would crit. Bastard. Infestation. Infestation. Sometimes a good sad experience is good. As long as it's written well. It's hard to write things to be sad, Chad. It really is. But at the same time, sometimes it isn't. Like, sometimes you don't need to try that hard to make people sad. But sometimes you need, like, you need to make them the good sad. Pain. We're just doing infestation. Just gonna press waterfall on Magneton and liquidation on Magneton and hope Magneton dies before I die. I am a genius. Sometimes a bittersweet ending is best. Man, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. I'm okay with being sad if I get my happy ending. But I want my happy ending. It's not fair, man. Sometimes tragedy just isn't fair. It's a happy ending always worth? Almost had that team. I don't need no garbage Mon. Look how weak it is. Didn't even kill me. Watch, it's gonna hit me and do like 2. See? That did nothing. These both have access to Bullet Punch. However, I have access to Aqua Jet. Bitch! Bittersweet items only when the emotional buildup is earned. True that. True that. But of course, taste is always subjective. So one thing that you may think is good, someone might also think is not good. I like Ki. Nice flinch. Nice cheat move. I like Ki because Ki has some magical mumbo jumbo to it. It has good lighthearted comedy. And then the game's like, alright, I'm gonna rip your fucking heart out now, and you're just gonna have to accept that. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, do it. And they do it. They always do it. They always do it to me. God damn. Why do they hurt me? Very impressive. Yeah, I'm pretty good, aren't I? Congratulations, you cleared Area 8. Here's some coupons. You beat my prize Pokemon to win, too. I can see why you made it all the way up here. 20,000 coupons. Congratulations, you cleared Area 8. We're completing the area except 5 PP maxes. Yo. Alright, chat. Before I continue, I drank too much water, and I gotta do the thing. You know the one. You know the one. See you in a second. I have completed the task at hand. And now I am returning. Here we go. Let's head back to the scary, dark, cool... Where are we going again? City Dark. So there's 2 more areas of Mount Battle. So I guess the last level should be like 60 and 65, yeah? I feel like the last guy is probably level 70 or something. But who knows? I can't believe I've done that many battles in there. That's crazy. 80 battles in there. The amount of time that's taken is probably amounted to about 4 or 5 hours now alone. But now we can go back to the story. Because nobody wants to go to the story. We all want the same thing, and that is to be as far away from the story as possible. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to go fight Shobin for the Robo-Groudon. Remind me to do that before I call it quits, please. Because I'm going to need to do that, so I can use that to grind if it need be. Plot, ew. Don't worry, this is the good plot. Because we don't have to listen to the hashtag girl again. Miku is gone, for good, forever. Here we go, let's explore more of this cool island. See, isn't it cool? It actually is pretty cool, look at this. This is a proper research facility, sweetie. A little guy like you shouldn't be in here. 1 hour long, it'll take the railroad right off the plot. Well, we don't have any spot monitors going off, and we don't have any shadow Pokemon to catch from Mirror B. So we can keep going as long as I don't lose a shadow. And then I'll have to run all the way back to find Mirror B. Oh good, these aren't shadows. Okay, let's think. What does Snorlax do? I don't care. What does Zatu do? I also don't care. Die. What? See you, Red. Bye-bye. I have to wake up early again, because I have to go move. Again. I don't wanna. Oh, I'm dead. Good night. Bye-bye. What? Why? Huh? I did nothing. Oh, shit. This was unprecedented. Huh. Kurt, uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not good. Okay, I just need to keep pressing Fairy Cutter on him and eventually it will kill. That is the plan. I am going to stick with it. Hit him on top. Who cares about that? Oh, I care about that. God damn it. Willow him, Fairy Cutter him. Fake out? Oh, please don't. Oh. That didn't even do that much. Curselax. Curselax is an old mon, but it checks out. Fake Out's an interesting move because it's more annoying than it is useful. Actually, that's not true. Fake Out is incredibly useful and annoying. And you have Pokemon like Ambipom, whose Fake Outs do like half of Pokemon's HP bars, which is goofy. Like really goofy. Like what the fuck? Why does it do with that? The AI is a genius. See, it fire punched me again. Reflect. Oh shit. Oh, shit. This guy's entire team is built around his Snorlax. I'm just waiting for it to rest. That's fine. It's a support mon. It's running Reflect and Fake Out. How do I beat it? Please miss. You can't miss. It's impossible. Mega Lopunny? Hello? We live in Gen 8, dog. I'd never heard of a Mega in my life. Mega Lopunny. Pshaw. Pshaw. Oh my good god. Trick Room's gone. Oh, fuck you. You are so dead. This is fine. This is okay. I'm going to send out my Steel type. Megas are gone. Rejoice. Z-moves are gone. Rejoice. What's next? Oh, we're gonna make Pokemon big and give them Z-moves for 3 turns. Y'all genius. Who made that claim? Chat, who did it? Who said that was a good idea? Who do I blame for that? I think my favorite part about that is that the mechanic, as stupid as it is, ended up becoming one of the most problematic mechanics ever introduced in Pokemon history. Top 3. Top 3 worst mechanics in Pokemon games. Number 1. Baton Pass. Number 2. Number 2. Number 15. What is number 2? I think Baton Pass is terrible. I hate it. Oh, it's lowering its evasion. It's good. Baton Pass was a move that let pretty much any Pokemon sweep, but not proper setup, and it was so stupid. I think Dark Void's pretty dumb, but I think that more falls on Smeargle more than anything. But even then, Smeargle isn't that amazing, so whatever. Oh, duh. Oh, just one Shadow? Okay, yeah, that's fine. You know, I think Baton Pass, Shadow Tag, and Dynamaxing. Would you agree with me, chat? Would you agree that those are the 3 worst mechanics in Pokemon? Because personally, I think they are. I also think one-hit KO moves are goofy, and I think that evasion boosting moves are goofy. Dark Void got accuracy nerfed, and it got removed from Sketch's ability. Like, you can't sketch it. It just looks like, okay, sure. Guess I won't do that ever again. VGC doesn't have VGC doesn't have a Sleep Clause though, and that's where Dark Void really thrived. I think Baton Pass could have been fine, over the fact that it can chain into itself. I don't know, because some Pokemon don't have boosting moves for the sole purpose that they're way too good with them. Some Pokemon only like Venomoth. It just fails. It was not used by Darkrai. Ow. Okay. Venomoth could learn Baton Pass and Quiver Dance. All you need is one Quiver Dance, and then you can Baton Pass it to any special sweeper, and there you go. You now have that with one boost. One boost. That's all you needed. Like it's just really easy for Baton Pass to just destroy the flow of the game, because weaker Pokemon get boosting moves to compensate for their lower stats. But if you give a Pokemon who's got like base 130 special attack, fucking nasty plot, it's like, why? What do they need that for? And again, I guess that's Alakazam now, isn't it? Also, I'm pretty sure I saw an item over there, and I don't know if I picked it up. Garchomp will never get Dragon Dance. Imagine Garchomp with Dragon Dance. Holy shit. What'd you even do at that point? That Pokemon would just win every fight. All you have to do is send it out in an advantageous matchup, and there you go. You win. Speed Boost, Bat and Pass, Scolipede. Ninjask did it too. Ninjask had Speed Boost, Focus Sash, Swords Dance, Bat and Pass. So if you didn't have any way to take it out with priority, you were dealing with a +1 speed, +2 whatever it Bat and Passed into. And you just had to accept that. I've told the story a few times, but it's one of my favorites about that. Where I had a player try to do that to me against my Delphox, but I was running Magician with no item, and I hit it with Flamethrower, didn't kill it, stole its Focus Sash. Doctor, we can generate bigger waves this way, isn't it great? Stole its Focus Sash, decided to be cheeky and kill it with Grass Knot because it was at 1 HP. It Bat and Passed into Azumarill. I hit the Azumarill, did over half its HP. Then it hit me with Waterfall. I lived because I stole the Focus Sash. And then I killed it with Grass Knot, and then they disconnected. And I was like, damn, I'm a genius. We don't get to see too many kids here. Are you a child of one of the research people? We're responsible for keeping Citadel Argyle ringed with vicious waves. Thanks to this place, it's not easy for ships to approach Citadel Argyle. Scolipede was somewhat tanky. True. But, again, Focus Sash. You didn't really need defense if you had Focus Sash. If you led and didn't have priority, then you were just kind of screwed. Job of the research people is to conduct research, but that's not our job. Terrify people into the pits of despair through battling. That's our purpose. You should have Bat and Pass less do with the move, more with the boosting moves that keep getting introduced. Yeah, the boosting moves get a little bit ridiculous, that's for sure. But Speed Boost Bat and Pass is pretty goofy already because it instantly fixes a problem that a lot of Pokemon have, but without proper compensation. There are a lot of Pokemon that have a lot of, like imagine Bat and Passing Speed Boost into Rampardos, and then you just click the move that kills everything, because Rampardos' physical attack is base 165 or some whack-ass shit like that. That Absol has Magic Bounce, and Magic Bounce covers the whole area, so I need to be careful with it. Huh? Why? Oh, no, I see why. Scolipede is the one who got Bat and Pass banned. What a fucker. Scolipede was only that bad. Why do you have to do it, Bug Boy? Am I dead? Wow. I'm alive. Can Scolipede learn Sword Dance? I'm talking about Ninjask. Ninjask is a goof. Revenge. Wow. Okay. That better not be a shadow Pokemon. Okay, good. Okay, good. Imagine. Burn that. Bullet Punch Gramble. Gramble die. Because I got a speed boost from Rattled, so I need to kill it now. Shisha. Soul Beat can learn Swords Dance. Of course it can. Chad, didn't you like the days where Bat and Pass was legal, where you could just watch YouTube videos of people doing Bat and Pass chains to give +6 to like really shitty mons, but because they were +6 in every stat, they were just unkillable? Did that excite you? Protect, Swords Dance, Bat and Pass. Your choice is Sub or Mega Horn, depending on if you care about Taunt. Sounds about right. Oh, they can't be Shadow. This is off route. Forgot. Be honest, you're better off not really watching competitive battles. If I want to be honest. I like some competitive battlers like Joey, Pokeaim. I really missed twice. But I'm not huge on a lot of them. A lot of them capitalize on people getting angry at them on Showdown, being obnoxious to fight, or just being plain rude to their opponents. I don't like that kind of thing, so I just don't really watch any of them. There are millions of videos on YouTube, and I probably watch less than 1% of creators on it because I just don't like a lot of the content that gets made. Alright, I gotta go heal again. Competitive Puyo Puyo was cool to watch. I've never watched. I've never seen. I've seen Tetris speedruns. They're not necessarily what I call a speedrun, mind you, but they're really fucking cool. We... Alright. Competitive Tetris is an experience. It's certainly something, isn't it? Yeah, False Swipe Gaming is basically my source of information on competitive history. I know enough about Pokemon that I can kind of tell what a Pokemon's flaw is, but like he covers the practical applications of Pokemon within the different tiers of the different generations. I didn't know Crocodile was that like much of a Pokemon that was. I didn't know Crocodile was used as much as Crocodile was until I watched that video. I was like, huh, damn. This Pokemon's like Lando Light, and then Lando happened. I think False Swipe's gaming stuff is very interesting. I like those kind of videos that really go into like detail of the topic at hand. Hyper potions. Just gonna make a safety save in case something goes wrong. I just remembered I caught a Blastoise. That's pretty cool. I'm going to change into my white lab outfit, so don't come in and promise me, okay? But I'm already in here. We're right in the middle of putting the finishing touches on our Shadow Pokemon plan. We don't need your meddling. Lando's coming back, and you can't stop him. And you can't run HP Ice anymore. So you're just gonna have to deal with him. It's time to run Guerrilla Tactics Darumaka. That's gonna be the new heat. Okay, what do I want to do here? Electrode's gonna do mean things to me, and I don't like that very much. Guess I'll just kick its ass. Darumaka Galar only gets Hustle. Do you have any idea how lame that is? It deserves Guerrilla Tactics. Why do I always get paralyzed by thunder? It hits me and then I get paralyzed every fucking time. How are you hitting me again? It's not a very comfortable move. I do not like any of the genies. Or any of their forms either. I thought they were ugly as sin when they came out. I hated them. And then they had special forms, and I was like, these aren't that much better. And now Lando T is like the face of OU, and I just hate looking at its face. I don't even play competitive Pokemon, and I fucking hate looking at the thing. I can only imagine what it feels like to actually play competitive Pokemon and look at the thing. Chat, what's your favorite legendary? I will judge you 100% based on your answer. So you better make it count. Quasar, good choice. That is a cool ass mon. Deoxys, I like Deoxys. Articuno, that's a pretty one. Deoxys is cool, but I think the normal form Deoxys is one of the most unnecessary Pokemon in existence. Like, why in God's name would you run normal form Deoxys and not attack or speed. Normal form Deoxys has like slightly less attack than attack form, and barely any more defense. Like, it's not even enough to make a difference. That's the worst part about it. Alright, here we go. Light screen, click. Gem 5 Dragon, particularly Kyurem. Kyurem, really? Interesting. Kyurem's not bad by any means, but I think it looks weird. It kind of reminds me of a cannon, the way its stance is. Mewtwo's a classic. Mewtwo gets a lot of shit, but I think Mewtwo's pretty sick. Clairion's not a legendary, shithead. Don't make me kick your ass. Lugia, pretty bird. Zapdos is really cool. Hitmonchan. Oh, that's a shadow, goddammit. Where was I? Kyurem Black. Kyurem Black looks pretty cool. I think I like Kyurem White more. I couldn't really tell you why though. Go for a freeze on Hitmonchan. Okay. Articuno. Thank you for the resub, Griff. And don't worry, out of the 3 legendary birds, Zapdos is probably the most practical, but Articuno is probably my favorite in terms of design. Kyurem looks like it was meant to be fused with Reshiram and Kyurem. Yep, well, yeah, it was. Kyurem is the lore to Kyurem is it's a shell of the former dragon that was what Reshiram and Zekrom once was, because they were both. At one point, Reshiram and Zekrom were one Pokemon, and then they split. And Kyurem is like the shell of what once was. That's why I confused with them. Kyurem White does look a bit better. I'm just more used to Kyurem Black because of OU. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thought the lore, just looking at design, looks like part of a fusion. Does it? I don't know. I'm afraid I can't. I don't see it. I just saw it as a silly looking dragon type, and then I got the lore to it. And I liked it. I liked it more when I got the lore to it, and it really makes you think about what it looked like when it was a complete being, which we'll probably never see, but God, wouldn't that be cool? Mew is a good legendary. I like Mew. Okay, I'm gonna throw an Ultra Ball at this. I'm gonna throw an Ultra Ball at this Hitmonchan, and I'm going to press Liquidation on Magneton and hope it works. There we go. In Fire Red, I would always catch the legendary birds, and I would always start with Charizard, or Charmander. So whenever I went to the Elite Four, I always had Charizard, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. And what made that so difficult is whenever I did the Trainer Tower, the very last Pokemon you have to fight is a Snorlax with Rollout. 3 of my Pokemon were ×4 weak to Rollout. So I always struggled against that Snorlax. I never brought any fighting types, ever. Magneton have Levitate? It does. The one I caught does have it as an ability, so I know it can have it. So I'd rather take the guaranteed damage with Liquidation than attempt Stomping Tantrum. Alright, I'll just go ham on it. Thunderwave it? Well, yeah, but you can't, like, if it gets the rollout started, then I just kind of have to accept it. Until it misses. I don't know if I ever had Thunderwave on my Zapdos. I think I had Shockwave. Instead of Thunderbolt, I had Shockwave. That's the level of heat I'm playing with. Charizard, Fearow, Nidoking, Zapdos, Articuno, Moltres. Yeah, it sounds about right. Electric Pokemon cannot be paralyzed, no. Not in this hack. I tried while I was grinding once. And I mentioned that when I was trying to catch Raikou as well. The mechanics are outdated to the latest generation, so keep that in mind. Gen 1 Charizard, better than Moltres. Moltres is just a bird that's on fire. Charizard is a lizard dragon. I'm never really huge on competitive Pokemon either, to be honest with you. I just think Pokemon was fun. And I like a lot of the different Pokemon designs. They're cool. I never really judged a Pokemon based on its strengths, but I tend to like Pokemon more when I get used to using them because they're good. I used to really like Garmaldo, but I don't really like him that much anymore. I think he's okay, but he's definitely not my favorite. I think it's just because he's so underwhelming. But I feel that way about a lot of really big looking Mons. Mons like Armaldo and Rhydon, they're so big and intimidating, but then they just fucking roll over every time. Rhydon is the most unfortunate case ever. That is a strong looking Pokemon, and you hit that shit with Water Gun and it's just done. That's sad. Ultra's just outclassed by Ho-Oh in every way, pretty much. Well, Ho-Oh very good. Ho-Oh also gets an exclusive move. And a good physical attack stat. I didn't realize I had a Pokemon in here. Okay, let's see. What do I have? I have a Blastoise with the Splash Plate. Speed that up. Mantine. Water Flying. What does Water Flying beat? The correct answer is who cares? Did I catch another one? Hitmonchan, yeah? There he is. I want to see, does Hitmonchan... Hitmonchan, I don't get it. Hitmonchan beats this, but there's no flow upgrade. This flow upgrade makes no fucking sense, I swear. It's like, what is it calculating to find it? Okay, everybody's healed. We will continue on with the adventure. 79 Shadow Pogies. Rock Steel is such an unfortunate type. Isn't it, though? It's such a powerful combination of defensive typing, but then you put it together and it's just awful defensively. I don't even remember what the Caliburs look like, though. Ground types themselves are great. Gen 1 led me to believe that every single Pokemon that was rock type was also ground type. So, the fossil Pokemon, I knew the fossil Pokemon were not part ground, but I assumed that electric attacks didn't affect rock types, as well as ground types because of Rhydon and Golem. The reason I found out that wasn't the case is because I accidentally misclicked Thunderbolt on Lance's Aerodactyl, and it was super effective, and I was like, what? Donwit Sifet Igun Agat. Dear Asprey, hello, this is my first email. I'm sorry that I sent an empty message by mistake. I also apologize for the misspellings. I'm embarrassed by the mistakes and W. Email is cut off. Gallery's that. There's a Chocobo. Yeah, it's a big orange Chocobo. Gets high jump kick. You can ask me if I want to be famous. Next, he's going to ask me if I want to send $100 to a psychic to become immortal. I'm waiting for it because I'm ready. TM2. Fire Blast. That is definitely not DM2. The Hodai equation. You want to activate the brain circuits to put electricity in your brain vital organ. And you do that, you'll be able to trigger the regenerative abilities of your brain and become immortal. Trust me, chat. Trust me on this, alright? Don't fact check me, just trust me. Would I lie to you? A man on the internet? You really think I just come up here and tell lies? Who do you think I am? It's nice that this lava cools instantly, and the ground is not hot at all, and I can just have these metal cubes reliably keep the lava out, and I can walk across them. Because as a 14-year-old kid, I would definitely do this. Yep. I got balls of steel. Did I miss that? No, I can't get that yet. I gotta knock this one down, yeah. It's a wonder you can walk inside a volcano anyway. I mean, you say that, but I would like to direct your attention to the magical creatures I'm carrying in balls at my waist. A ghost. Whatever this is. Whatever this is. Whatever this is. Whatever this is. And a giant water snake. I just have those at my waist to be used whenever. So I don't think walking in a volcano is the most unrealistic thing here. But I get what you mean. I'm just being a shitter. Just everything people tell me on the internet. It's a wise choice. It's better not to think. Let me think for you. Please don't take that seriously. You're hanging out in tough magma hot heat. I thought I was gonna belt waiting. Where'd you come from, dude? That's a shadow. That's not a shadow though. I already have one. Never mind. Never mind. Watch this play. That has solar beam. That has solar beam, so I'm gonna switch to Gyarados and dodge the earthquake. God, I'm so smart. C, 4, Q, another Q, another Q, and the Batman symbol. Alright, would you like to solve the puzzle? Power Gem might not kill, but it is Charizard. Damn, Charizard, you suck! Uh-oh. Oh, that's fine. Stone Edge as a move pisses me off because whenever I use it, it misses, but when I get hit by it, it's a critical hit. That's why I don't like that move. That is the only reason. Is that petty? Yes. But is it true? Also yes. And then we get to play this game where I get rock slided by fucking Aerodactyl and deal with 30% flinch checks. Goodbye. 20%? No? Rock slide has a 30% chance to flinch. Every flinch chance is 30%. That's what makes them stupid. If your name is Jirachi, it's 60%. Now that's fucking cool. Ironhead Jirachi has got to be one of the silliest things Pokemon has ever made. Sorry, Ironhead Serene Grace Jirachi. Dark Pulse is 20. I'm pretty sure Extrasensory is 10. 10 or 20 as well. So yeah, you're right about that. I'm pretty sure Rock Slide's 30. I know for a fact Ironhead and Air Slash are 30 though. Specifically because of Serene Grace mods abusing it. Headbutt too. Headbutt's also 30. For the exact same reason. Never mind, it is 30. That's right. That's right. That's a ban. You challenged the streamer and you lost. You know what that means? You forfeit your life. You forfeit your chat life. Hang up your sub badge. Give me your purification rod and get out of my chat. Goodbye. Next time you'll think twice before arguing with me. Is there any move that has a 50% chance of activating a secondary effect that doesn't raise your stats? Because Charge Beam is like 50 or 70 or something ridiculous like that, but it's not guaranteed. But I can't think of moves that afflict ailments or stat downs that go any higher than 30%. That said, if you want to talk about freeze, freeze is 10% for every single move in the game except freeze dry, which has a 20% chance to freeze you. Because fuck you, I guess. Oh, it's 50% burn. You're right, actually. Yes, Sacred Fire is a 50% chance to burn. Alright, yeah, okay, well. Immediately. Okay, let's try that again, but let's leave that one out, okay? Freeze dry is definitely 10%. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Go look it up. Scald, that's 30%. You dare speak. I can't believe he just got proven wrong and spoke up again. Watch this, chat. Watch this. He gotta come back and say, never mind, it's 20%. And then he gonna get banished. Skull's either 0 or 100, entirely dependent. Nope, I'm still right, it's 10. No, it ain't! Hold on, now I have to search it. Poison Fang is 50% on poison. Not only poison, it's toxic, it's toxic too. Freeze dry move. Bulbapedia. 10% chance freezing the target. Fuck, it really does. God damn it. I could have swore it was 20. Nope, it's 10. Alright, this time I'm wrong, but I'm the streamer, so you can't ban me. In which case, how dare you argue with the streamer? You're getting banned for that. How's that sound? I could have swore it was 20%. I really did. Poison Fang is the only one of 3 ways to inflict a badly poisoned status ailment. The other 2 being, of course, toxic and then double-layered toxic spikes. Whoa, this looks weird. Look at that. You know what this reminds me of, chat? It reminds me of a pizza pocket. You know when you like bite open the corner and you just tip it over and you just watch all the cheese fall out? That's what this looks like to me. I went all the way back for a healing machine and then the next thing I saw was a healing machine. Isn't Galarian Articuno's new move was Psychic type Freezing Scald? Oh, that sounds like ass. There are, yeah, different forms of poison I find are easy to forget about unless you're getting afflicted by like a move like Sludge Bomb or Gunk Shot, which is pretty much putting you in kill range anyway. Because oh, I forgot about Toxic Orb. That's another one. Toxic Orb and Toxic are pretty much the prime ways you get badly poisoned, and most Toxic Spikes will be double layered. And things don't run Poison Fang because Poison Fang is just. Why use Poison Fang if you're trying to poison when you can just use the much safer and guaranteed option of Toxic? Sharpedo and Muck. Sharpedo has Crunch, so he's dangerous. Willow, Muck, and Fury Cutter Sharpedo. Or I could not do that. That should keep Muck under control at least. Muck has Poison Touch. Chat, okay. What if there was an ability for poison types that was basically like, it was like Poison Touch and Poison Point, but it was a 10% chance to activate. But if it did, it afflicted you with badly poisoned status. Do you think that would be a good ability? Or do you think that would be a stupid ability? Because the way Poison Point works is the 30% chance to poison if you do a physical contact move. the way poison touch works is that there's a 20% chance to poison if physical contact is made either by you attacking or them attacking. Too unreliable, I imagine. True, but Effect Spore exists. Effect Spore has a 10% chance to afflict an ailment on a physical contact. Or, no, it's 30, isn't it? Depends on the other abilities said Pokemon have access to. That's true. 10% might be a bit low, yeah. If it's basically poison point, but for badly poisoned. But one of the biggest issues I could see with that would be most Pokemon... Chat, what if it worked on... What if it worked on Steel types? What about that? So if you switched into Ferrothorn's Gyro Ball or Power Whip, they badly poison themselves, and then you had a toxic Ferrothorn. Would that make it good? That's broken. Why is that broken? It's a 10% chance. %50 chance of badly poisoning both the user and the enemy. Well, that would be kind of weird. Because the one with the ability shouldn't have that as have a negative side effect to it like that. Because I have a 10% chance of basically losing my wall. True. Oh, Cacturn, really? But you can't chip Ferrothorn, which makes it an obnoxious ass wall. Maybe I just hate it a lot. Fairy Cutter Meganium. Cacturn is going to be very easy to kill by accident, so you gotta be careful. If you don't want to get your Ferrothorn poison, why not just run Toxapex then, That's using your head. Oh, I actually hit it. Because I have a soul. Bro, you're using Pharaoh, and you say you have a soul. I don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second. You're the kind of player who runs Chansey on the ladder and then say shit like crit mattered. You're one of those people. Damn it. This shouldn't kill, but Cacturn has as much bulk as you'd expect from a whatever it is. Am I wrong though? I mean, yes. I think Toxapex is way cooler than Ferrothorn. I never used Ferroseed because I thought it looked dumb, and I never saw what Ferrothorn was because nobody in the game had one. I like Galvantula and Electros and Klinklang more from Chargestone Cave. I thought Ferroseed was dumb. Using defensive Pokemon in story playthroughs is always a pain in the ass. Okay, I'm gonna make the call in case it breaks out of this ball, but this should be enough to catch it with half health and an Ultra Ball and sleep. Ferropex, Scar and Bliss, Lando Clefairy. The real teen to prove your soul is bastard. Gotta use that big pink energy. If it's big and it's pink, you aren't taking it out in one hit. And if you do, it's because you got a crit. We need to make this a slogan, but I need to make it rhyme better. Do you see how quickly those things purified? Like, I didn't even move that much. So I don't feel like I did. Alright, Cacturn. Did I catch two? No, it was just Cacturn. What a poopy bond. I think Cacturn's kind of cool, I just think it sucks. better than Maractus, though. I don't even think Maractus looks good, like, as a joke mon. I just think it looks awful. I hate it. But let's all talk about Maractus. Because Maractus gets to come back. This character in, though? Now, what do you want? Ah, I hope you well. I wrote you a haiku poem. Your Snag'em gang goons cause trouble in the desert. Go and sandbag them. Powerful stuff. Alright, as you can see, there's a lot of shit. There's trainers, and I'm gonna battle them and get their items. Well, actually, I guess I'm not gonna battle them at all, but I still am. Oh, sorry, this is a dead end. Yeah, no shit. Just... Cordelia has Storm Drain, yes. Gastrodon has Storm Drain. I don't know if Cacturne gets Storm Drain. It has it in this game, but I don't know if that's additional ability granted to it. Golem and Torkoal. Shit. I don't really know what to do here, so I'm just going to run away. Bye-bye! Chat, you know there's an episode in the anime when Ash's Torkoal jumped over off a boat and landed in the ocean and just... That was it. That was the end of Torkoal. Cacturne has Water Absorb as a hidden ability. I guess that kind of makes sense. I don't think Cacturne's special attack stat is that abysmal. It's just more physically orientated. But it's also Grass Dark, which means in Gen 3, both of its stabs were special. Why do they do that, chat? Why do they keep making physically orientated Pokemon part Dark and give their secondary typing also special? Why didn't they just make Dark types physical? I don't understand. Let's think about this for a second. Alright? Let's think about all the Dark types that existed up to Gen 4. We have Murkrow, physical attacker. We have Houndoom, special attacker. Its offensive stats are the same. Oh, okay. Well, scratch that for a second then. But we're still gonna keep going. Sneasel's a physical attacker. Ice and Dark are special. What about Houndoom? Houndoom is a special attacker, so Houndoom benefits from that. Tyranitar is a physical attacker with decent special attack. And then Gen 3, Absol. Absol sucks. No good stab. Sharpedo sucks. No good stab. Groudon sucks. No good stab. Shiftry's okay, but Shiftry's better in physical attack than special attack. Exeggutor definitely has Chlorophyll. Never mind. Hex change it to Dark is physical and Ghost and special. I just don't understand why we need a fan third-party DLC to do that. That should have been what it was to begin with. Why would they think Ghost is a good move to make physical? Because they're Ghost types. Do you know what Ghosts lack? They lack physical forms. Because they're Ghosts. So why would you make the Ghost-based moves physical? That doesn't make any sense. Imagine someone using Bite in Gen 3 and they come up and bite your arm and you're like, ow, my psyche. That doesn't make any fucking sense either. What Pokemon gets Shadow Ball for stab? Gengar. Excellent. So what type of move should we make it? Physical. You're a genius. Because you know that that decision was made most likely in Generation 2 because Nightshade wasn't... Did Ghost... Chat, did Ghost and Dragon have a... They have like a physical or special orientation in Gen 1? Because the only moves that existed for those two types was were set damage. So I'm just wondering if those existed in Gen 1 or they weren't like Lick. Oh fuck, I forgot about Lick again. I keep thinking Lick is a normal type move. That, okay, you know what? That right there is exactly why ghost type moves are physical, is because of fucking Lick. Lick was one move and they were like, it has to be ghost type. And because of that, it made Shadow Ball physical. So they were like, wait a minute, that's really stupid. Didn't counter work on ghost types in Gen 1? No, actually, I don't think it did. Mirror Coat also doesn't work on dark types. And they can also miss. They don't have perfect accuracy. Sorry, I can't tell you what I'm doing at this dead end. I mean, that's perfectly fine. You can do whatever you want there. Imagine that, chat. One of the stupidest moves in Pokemon. Lick. But then it makes even less sense because Bite is a dark type move. And you bite the Pokemon and it's like, that's special. What about that special? I guess it was originally a normal type move, which makes even less sense because that means it was already a physical move and then they were like, oh, this is special now. Why? It's not like hidden power. What about hidden power? I don't understand how hidden power works in Gen 1. Hidden power's type is dependent on IVs, yes. I know that. But what the hidden power itself is based on the type it is, right? So if you use hidden power fire, it uses your special stat, yeah? But if you use hidden power rock, it uses your physical stat. Is that how that works? That is how it works? Okay. I actually didn't know that. Because I just changed it to be flat out special later on. I was like, alright, that's how that works. It's not really a move I ever questioned. Oh, great. Here, look at this. Look at this matchup. This is the worst looking matchup I've ever seen. Both of these Pokemon are fucking abysmal to deal with. Just beat up Tentacruel. Seem hidden power fly and being used for Solomons rather than fly. Zapdos does that too, actually, so that makes sense. Well, actually, no. What I meant to say was Zapdos does that too. But that's like, that was when it was special, so that's what I was thinking. Doesn't make sense otherwise, because you just run Drill Peck. What about Gyarados? Would Gyarados run it? Gyarados was a Pokemon that couldn't utilize its stabs very well at all either, because it had no real flying stab and water was special. I guess it can run it? I guess so. Obviously, Solomons is a better Pokemon. I'm burning the crab and aerial ace in the fortress. The idea behind Dark being special is down to like moves and stuff being considered underhand attackers or mind games meant to mess with the opponent's head than anything. I guess, but Feint Attack sounds physical, Bite sounds physical, Thief sounds physical, Beat Up sounds physical, Pursuit sounds physical. A lot of dark type moves, in my opinion, sound like physical moves. So I just don't understand why they decided to go with special. What am I doing here? I don't even know. Burn won't matter that much for Mischievous. Poor Kingler never stood a chance to be a good Pogie. Doesn't it feel bad to look at these Pokemon that have existed since Generation 1 and know that they're never going to be better? Ever? I feel like Dark and Ghost should have been switched. I really do. They're probably the most confusing decisions in before Physical Special Split. This guy's a lot of annoying steel types. I'm gonna Willow Skarmory. They may get a generation variant. True. But that doesn't help every Pokemon. Didn't help Sandslash. Didn't help Geodude. I think the only like, well, it helped Darmanitan and made Darmanitan one of the most obnoxious Pokemon I've ever seen in my fucking life. Only 5 Dark skills are special. That's Dark Pulse. Let me think. Dark Pulse is special. Night Daze is special. Snarl is special. I'm missing 2. I'm missing 2, and one of those is an exclusive move to Zoroark. But that was the special move back in the day. It's crazy. Why they had to be wheezing? Come on, man. Why wheezing? Oh, it's gonna suck. Nightshade? That's a ghost move. Night Pulse? I don't think that is a move. There's Dark Pulse, but I don't think there's anything called Night Pulse. Dark Pulse, Wicked Blow, Night Daze, Batty Bad, and Snarl. Okay. What is Wicked Blow? And what the hell is Batty Bad? No, you know what? I know exactly what Batty Bad is. That's the Umbreon move for Let's Go Eevee, isn't it? You don't even need to tell me that I'm right, because I can tell just by that name alone that I am correct. Batty Bad. What's it do? What's the secondary effect? Yeah, I've never heard of Wicked Blow either. That sounds physical. Wicked Blow is Urshifu's signature move. Oh. I think Andrew told me about that one, actually. What the fuck? He said I had something stupid to it. Well, we're flashing red as we make our way back. Let's try and get that treasure chest. Beat up a couple more trainer boys and be on our way. Why are they always gonna get these whack-ass signature moves, these Pokemon? What was it that Marshadow had again? Spectral Thief, was it? I think it always crits or something. Marshadow had Spectral Thief, which stole buffs. Yes, Hitmonchan. We can blow his Gen 8. Always hits crit, except enemy has battle armor or shell. Oh, yeah, that's the one. So you literally cannot set up defense on it in any capacity. Cool move. Batty Bad sets up light screen. Oh, okay. It's a weird one. TM48, nice. Chat, what is the, making a huge mistake if you think you can get past me without an incident. What was the fastest instance of a Pokemon getting banned to Ubers? Was it Marshadow? Or was it Perfect Zygarde? I feel like it was Marshadow. I feel like that Pokemon got banned within like 10 minutes. Because it was so good. Perfect Zygarde, huh? Perfect Zygarde, to me, is absolutely hilarious. It's like, oh, I'm at half health. Time to go fucking Megazord on your ass. And then it just turns into that. Batty Bad has 90 strength attack with 5 round reflect, which ignored on crits. Stupid ass moves. Victory Bell, that's Aerial Ace fodder. That'll work. The Power Rangers are in dire straits. They bust out the Megazord. That's what it is too. Doesn't it get full HP when you do that too? So you have to OHKO it, or at least hit it into a 3-hit KO range. Not full HP, but in the green. Onyx. Bullet Punch. Zygarde is one of those Pokemon that they gave a lot of like stuff to, but they limited it to the anime. So the only way you actually know anything about Zygarde is if you watch the Pokemon anime. And if you didn't, then Zygarde just kind of showed up in Gen 7 and they gave you a big info dump. It's like, hey, collect all these things around the world and you can use Perfect Form Zygarde. What's Perfect Form Zygarde? Should've watched TV, bro. Dog is 10. 50% is the base Zygarde we come to know, and 100% is the Megazord. %50 of its power. Zygarde is in Gen 6. Yes, he is, but only the 50% form is. What I'm saying is that Zygarde was supposed to be the 3rd legendary of the Xerneas and Yveltal, like XYZ. But like instead of getting a game to explain that, they tucked it all into the anime, and then when Gen 7 came out, they put Zygarde on the 3rd island, and they were like, alright, here's what you need to know about Zygarde. Collect cells, and you can use stronger versions. And that's it. They just have a building that gives you a free Zygarde, essentially, just by collecting the Zygarde cells. And it's like, why do they do this? Isn't 25 a snake? No, I don't think 25 exists. Pretty sure it's just Dog, Snake, and then Megazord, which is 10, 50, and 100, respectively. The Snake is the one that we see in X and Y, and that's 50%. The base form, yeah. I think the funniest thing about that Pokemon is that its ability is meant to counter Yveltal and Xerneas's. And then Xerneas is just like, okay, and then Moonblast anyway, and you just die to it. What's the point of a 3rd legendary in the trio if one of the existing legendaries just straight out murders it? I guess I say that, but Kyogre can learn Ice Beam, so Rayquaza is kind of in a similar boat. But like, at the very least, the direct typing is an immediate counter. We have a Fairy type, and we have a Dark Flying type, and we have the 3rd one to beat them, a Dragon Ground type. You know, Dragon type, that loses to Fairies, and Ground types, which can't hit Flying types. Who's the genius that came up with this one? Not to mention because its ability was only to directly counter Xerneas and Yveltal. It made it effectively useless, because those two's abilities increased their Dark and Fairy type moves by 30%. But his was just like, nah, you can't do that, instead of boosting his own moves. I'm gonna battle the couple trainers that are over here and then call it a day. I'm not gonna head to the next part. Yeah, this guy. You thought you were no one in this way, didn't you? You're not getting up the hook that easily. Magmar and Scyther. Neither of these are shadows, so I don't care that much. This is gonna be a bad idea, but we'll just roll with it. I'll just roll with that. Don't diss Scyther. Scyther is a cool-ass mon. I'm going to die to Flamethrower now. Excellent. Alright, well, it was nice living, but now I am going to die. Say goodbye to Scizor. He choked. There are some really cool shinies that have been they've lost their appeal to me for various reasons. Shiny Metagross and Shiny Charizard are big ones. I used to think they were so cool. I still do, but I don't know, I guess I'm just sick of them. I like the idea of it. It turns silver with a gold X. I think what ends up happening is I don't like when they release free shinies for everyone to have. They gave away that free shiny Beldum when Black and White 2 came out. And that was it. Okay, I'm gonna Willow Donphan so it leaves me alone, and I'm gonna weaken Crawdaunt with Aerial Ace. Red Gyarados is a cool shiny, but again, it's one of those ones that everybody can get. The Zeraora, or Zerora, or whatever the hell that thing is, they gave away a free shiny one to everyone for hitting 1,000,000 raids, and it's like, wow, your super cool legendary mythic Pokemon, or whatever the hell it is, you have a shiny version now, just like everyone else in the entire world. Because, like, the only value to shinies are what you place on them yourselves, and their rarity. What's the point of having a shiny that's given to you for free, that everybody else has? I don't give a shit about that. That's good range. Not a shiny Doduo in a third-party DLC. And it fled because Safari Zone. I am so sorry to hear that. Nothing feels worse than Safari Zone shiny encounter. I would know, it's never happened to me because I actively avoid that place like the plague. To avoid shit like that happening. Even though I'm never lucky enough to do that. It's like the foil promo everyone ever gets a copy of. And the limited edition card in the magazine you buy. Shit like that. I don't think Shiny Drowsy's that bad. I kind of like the pink Hypno. It's a bit goofy, but like, it's fine. Some shinies are just bad. Some shinies are really good. Some shinies are weird. Chat, how do you feel about Shiny Scizor? That's a pretty interesting one to talk about. Shiny Scizor is it's supposed to be yellow, but whenever I look at it, all I can see is this like mixture of yellowish green to it, and I don't think it looks that great. Like the red shine on Scizor looks amazing, but I don't think it reflects quite the same way on the yellow green. Yellow, I thought it was just green. See, that's the thing, right? It's like a mix. It looks yellow, more yellow than green to me, but it looks like yellow faded with green, so it looks kind of murky. Not even good. Kind of ruins the shine. Lime? Yeah, lime would be a good way to describe it. Shiny Dragonite. Shiny Dragonite has a shade of green to it that is not appealing to look at. It kind of looks like baby poop. Which sucks, because I think Shiny Dragonair looks amazing. It has a nice, albeit a little bit overused palette of purple, and it has a golden bell on its neck. And then it turns into big green. And then you have a Shiny Garchomp. And Shiny Gengar. Shiny Ghastly and Shiny Haunter are so cool. Because Shiny Ghastly has blue Shiny Ghastly's not so cool as a 3D model, actually. So, But what I liked about their sprites is Ghastly had blue gas, and Haunter had a blue aura around his hands instead of red. And it was just a really nice touch. And then Gengar just didn't. Shiny Mega Gengar is an entirely different story, correct? Yes. God, Shiny Mega Gengar is sick. But then they did not do the same for Garchomp. Shiny Mega Garchomp, but they just gave it a shade of pinkish purple. More pink than anything. and then they called it a day. I was just like, why? Why would they do that? Throwing everything at you with no restraint. Can't take this brutal heat anymore. Rapidash and Marowak. Why do they all have Pokemon that kill Sizzler? I think some shinies are fine if there's just a little change to them. A small tint change and a different colored accessory is enough for me to see it as good enough. Switch to Gyarados. I don't mind those. Some of them are a little bit drastic. I don't like Pikachu's. Pikachu's is okay, but I don't think it doesn't really change enough for me to really like it. I don't like the color switch. It kind of just reminds me of a Cheeto. And then Raichu's not that good either. But like Fione, Manaphy's little baby thing, I like that one because it turns a duller shade of blue, and its accessory turns from red to yellowish orange. And it's just very simple, but I like it. Cheeto Chew. Professional gamer Pikachu. Marowak, use Protect. What a bitch. Blue Bisharp and Red Bisharp are best duo. I think the Blue Bisharp looks great. Blue Ranger, baby. I feel like I dislike a lot of water-type shinies because they always end up being that gross shade of purple that doesn't really match them. Palkias I don't like as much because it goes from pink to red and it's not that noticeable. But Dialga goes from blue to green, which is a lot more noticeable. Alright, so Viper. Viper probably has Crunch. Whatever. Like, I like Shiny Shaman, and that's not just because I have one. Like, it's the color is a nice shade of aqua, and it reminds me of Morning Dew. That's what I like about it. Shiny Arceus I'm not sure about, though, because it's just yellow. Instead of white, it's yellow. Shiny Giratina is pretty cool. The only thing about Shiny Giratina I'm a little bit iffy on is that it's like flesh colored. I like the silver replacement to its the gold, but yeah, it's a bit fleshy. There we go. Marowak is down. Goodbye. Shiny Aegislash follows the design philosophy of the more black the better, and it hasn't really been wrong before. There are a lot of shinies that throw on a coat of black paint, and they become instantly cooler. I mean, look at Charizard. Oh, speaking of good shinies, that Pokemon right there, Shiny Ninetales, is a beauty. Shiny Rayquaza is also very good. I don't really like Shiny Groudon or Shiny Kyogre. Shiny Groudon kind of has a similar problem in its color scheme that I find Sizzler has. Too much yellowy green. However, Shiny Primal Groudon and Shiny Primal Kyogre, they pretty much just copy Rayquaza, but they do it right. We had Ninetales turning into a silver fox with blue tip flames. Tails is fucking beautiful. One of the best shinies, probably. I like Shiny Flygon, too. Shiny Flygon's one of those more, not over-the-top ones. Its red coloring turns blue, and its goggles turn a tint orange. I like that one. Shiny Zekrom should have been white, and Shiny Sharkshot should have been black, and nothing changed my mind on this. It would have been a good contrast. Instead, from what I can remember, it changes their eye color and the color of their tail energy, yeah. I don't know much about their shinies because they were shiny locked until Gen 6 and I just didn't see them ever. I like shiny Flygon. I think it has enough changes to be good. Shiny Trapinch is nice though. Kind of a icky shade of green, I suppose, but it makes it unique. Alright, there we go. So next time we'll be able to move a little bit forward and fight those two back to back. They're going to have Shadow Pokemon. They're going to be bastards. Not every shiny is good. That's just a fact of life. But it doesn't matter how good they are, as long as you like them. You can like lackluster shinies. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But with so many Pokemon, it's not terribly surprising that some of them get the shit end of the stick when it comes to that. I will deal with that next time. Use the healing machine, and let's head up a little bit further and get ready to save and hang out in the volcano for about a week until we come back. Betty Goo. I don't need to do any preparations, so I'm just gonna go ahead. How come Shiny Minun is green, but Shiny Plusle is just kind of red? You ever notice that? Plusle goes from red to red, and Minun goes from blue to green. That doesn't make any sense to me. It would have been so much better if they made Plusle yellow, because yellow and green match like red and blue, in my opinion. Because like player 1, player 2, right? And then you have player 3 and player 4. That would have been cool. But instead, Plusle is just like, nah, bro, I'm a little more red. It's like, what? Why? Like, you gave mine in a different color, so why didn't you do the same for Plusle? Christmas colors. Ew. It's not Christmas every day in Pokemon universe. Come on now. Alright, now this is where I'm gonna stop. So when I go through this door, I'll have to fight two big guys with Shadow Pokemon. They're gonna be a bit of a bastard, and I want to go because I have to go to bed early again, and I want to do some things like eat, because eating is good. So I'm gonna leave, and that's all I have to say on that, really. I will be back tomorrow, most likely. So look forward to that. So yeah, next time on XD, I don't think I'm not gonna beat this area, but I am most likely gonna get to the end portion of it. So see you then.